It works on my machine. The classic developer dilemma, we've all heard it or said it before, but it works on my machine. It is a frustratingly common scenario where a feature works perfectly in a local development environment, but fails mysteriously when deployed to production. This often happens because local environments, like Docker Compose or Minikube, drift from the actual production configuration over time. We can solve this by setting up preview environments. When you open a pull request or PR, we automatically spin up a temporary isolated environment that mirrors production. 1. On OpenPR, CI builds a unique image, for example, tagged PR-123. CD deploys it to a temporary URL, for example, https pr-123.myapp.com. 2. Verify, QA, product managers, and other developers can click the link and test the feature exactly as it will run in production. 3. On close PR, the environment and images are automatically cleaned up to save resources. This tutorial guides you through automating this entire workflow using GitHub Actions and Argo CD. By the end of this guide, you will be able to provide your team with fully automated preview environments. This enables shift-left testing, allowing you to catch integration issues before merging to the main branch. This video covers GitHub Actions, CI building and pushing ephemeral Docker images for PRs, GitHub Actions, cleanup automatically deleting images when PRs are closed, Argo CD ApplicationSet, dynamically creating and deleting Kubernetes environments for each PR, Gateway API, exposing each preview environment with a unique URL. This tutorial assumes familiarity with concepts covered in our previous guides: Gateway API and Ingress, Argo rollouts, CI/CD architecture. Before we build, let's briefly look at why this is a game changer for DevOps standards. First, let's look at testing. In a standard workflow, testing is local only, using tools like Docker or Kind until the merge happens. In the advanced workflow, we have a real Kubernetes environment per PR. Next, the feedback loop. In a standard workflow, it is slow. Bugs are usually found after the merge to dev or staging environments. In the advanced workflow, it is fast. Bugs are found in the PR before the merge. Then stakeholder review. In a standard workflow, product managers verify only after deployment to staging. In the advanced workflow, product managers can verify the live feature immediately on the PR. Finally, cost and complexity. The standard workflow has low complexity and low resource usage. The advanced workflow has higher setup complexity and higher resource usage, but keep in mind, these resources are ephemeral. To allow Argo CD to see your pull requests and comments, it needs a GitHub Personal Access Token, or PAT. 1. Create a PAT, go to GitHub Developer Settings and create a token. Public repo requires public repo scope. Private repo requires repo, full control of private repositories scope. Best practice: create a fine-grained token with read-only access to the specific repositories you need. 2. Create a Kubernetes secret. Argo CD needs this token to authenticate with GitHub. In this secret definition, we define an opaque secret named ServiceFoundry Web GitHub token within the Argo CD namespace. The key part here is the data field, where you must provide your personal access token under the token key. This allows Argo CD to authenticate securely with GitHub to fetch pull request data, apply it to your cluster. We need a workflow that triggers whenever a developer interacts with a pull request. This workflow will build the Docker image and push it to the container registry with a tag unique to that PR, for example, PR123. Let's look at the workflow file .github/workflows/pull-request ci.yaml. Let's break down what's happening in this workflow. First, the trigger. We configure this workflow to run whenever a PR is opened, synchronized, which means new code is pushed, or reopened. This guarantees that the preview environment always reflects the latest changes. Next, permissions. We explicitly grant packages write permission. This is necessary for the workflow to push the built Docker image to the GitHub Container Registry, or GHCR. Then we have a cleanup strategy. This is a crucial step. Since we reuse the tag PR number for every update to the same PR, we first delete any existing package version with that specific tag. This keeps our registry clean and prevents us from hitting storage limits with orphaned image layers. Finally, dynamic tagging. We build and tag the image using the PR number, for example, PR-123. This tag serves as the contract between our CI process and our CD process. Argo CD will be configured to look for exactly this image tag. When a pull request is merged or closed, we don't need the Docker image anymore. Leaving it would just clutter the registry and cost money. We use a separate workflow.github/workflows/pull-request-cleanup.yaml for this. This workflow is quite specific. The trigger is set to run strictly only when the PR is closed. For the logic, we use a GitHub script. Instead of a simple shell command, we use JavaScript via actions/GitHub script. This is because the GitHub API requires the specific package version ID to perform a deletion, not just the tag name. The script programmatically finds the version ID corresponding to the PR tag. Also, context matters. The script is designed to handle both user accounts and organization accounts, as the API endpoints for deletion differ slightly between them. This makes the workflow portable across different types of GitHub accounts. This is where the magic happens. The ApplicationSet controller in Argo CD acts as a factory. It watches for pull requests and automatically generates a new Argo CD application for each one. The ApplicationSet configuration. Let's do a deep dive into this configuration. First, authentication. We use the token reference to point to the secret we created in step 1. This allows the generator to authenticate with the GitHub API. Second, the label filter. We filter PRs based on a label. We don't want every single PR to spawn an environment, as it could be costly. The generator will only create applications for PRs that have the preview label. Third, polling. We set requeue after seconds to 120. This checks for updates every 2 minutes, creating a small buffer for the CI to finish building the image before Argo CD attempts deployment. Fourth, dynamic naming. The application name is templated with the PR number, ensuring every preview app has a unique name. Fifth, the subchart strategy. The source path points to a PR subdirectory. This is a wrapper Helm chart that overrides standard values with PR-specific configurations. Sixth, parameter injection. We inject the PR tag as a Helm parameter. This tells the chart to use the specific Docker image our CI workflow just built. Seventh, namespace isolation. Each PR gets its own dedicated namespace, like ServiceFoundry Web PR123. This prevents conflicts. And finally, namespace management. We set the sync option, create namespace equals true, to ensure the namespace is created on the fly. When the PR is closed and the application is deleted, Argo CD cleans up the namespace automatically. In the PR directory, we have a wrapper chart. It doesn't duplicate the original chart. It depends on it and overrides specific values. PR/chart.yaml. This chart defines a dependency on the main ServiceFoundry web chart. Notice the alias web. This is critical because it allows us to override values for that dependency under the web key in our values file. PR/templates/namespace.yaml. Here, we explicitly define the namespace resource. This ensures that when Argo CD manages the application, it treats the namespace as a managed resource. If we relied solely on the sync option, the namespace might be orphaned upon deletion. Including it here guarantees it gets cleaned up, pr/values.yaml. In the values file, we configure the overrides. We set the replica count to 1 to save resources, and we inject the dynamic image tag. We also add a dynamic HTTP route to expose this environment, pr/templates/http route.yaml. This is the best part, dynamic host names. Typical ingress objects are static, but here we template the host name. If your PR is number 42, your URL will effectively be ServiceFoundry web pr42.servicefoundry.org. It is predictable and automatic. Let's see this in action. The flow is seamless for the developer. 1. Developer work. You are working on a new feature. You make your code changes and commit them. Then you go to GitHub and click Create Pull Request. 2. Triggering the preview. By default, nothing happens to save costs. To see your work live, simply add the label Preview to your PR. 3. The automation kicks in. GitHub Actions wakes up. The pull request CI starts building your Docker image. Within minutes, a new package appears in your registry tagged PR26. Argo CD detects the labeled PR. The application set generates a new application, ServiceFoundry Web PR26. Kubernetes spins up the pods in a new namespace, ServiceFoundry Web PR26. 4. Verification. You and your product manager can now visit the unique URL. Your specific changes are now live on the internet. 5. Cleanup. Once the PR is approved and merged or closed, the cleanup process begins automatically. GitHub Actions deletes the PR26 image from the registry. Argo CD detects the PR is closed and deletes the application. Kubernetes deletes the namespace and all resources within it. No trash left behind. Congratulations! You have successfully implemented a sophisticated preview environment workflow. By automating the creation and destruction of these environments, you've removed the "it works on my machine" barrier. Developers can iterate faster, QA can test independently, and valid feedback comes earlier in the development lifecycle. In the next tutorial, we will apply these concepts to a more complex multi-service application to see how this scales. If you find setting up all of this from scratch to be daunting, check out ServiceFoundry. ServiceFoundry is a GitOps platform designed to streamline this entire process for you. It handles the CI/CD pipelines, preview environments, and progressive delivery out of the box, letting you focus on writing code instead of managing infrastructure. Thank you for watching.